So let me guess, you spend about 10 to 15 hours doing the same thing over and over again in your business, and it's frustrating you. Well, watch the rest of this video. We got a solution for you. Today, we're going to talk about how you can automate your business using a no-code software like Zapier. If you've been living under a rock, Zapier is probably one of the best softwares to use for this process because it allows you to save time, save money, and create workflows that convert into cash. So let me paint a picture for you. You have a business, you even have employees, but you'll find yourself having to stop in the middle of your day and communicate with each employee for a specific task individually. However, these things can be automated to free up your time so you can continue to do high income activities. What are high income activities? Lead generation, networking, content creation. These are the things that leads to revenue versus repeatedly doing things over and over again in your operations that just take up more time. But with Zapier, you can create no code automations that's going to allow you to get that time back. And what I mean by no code, simply that. You don't need to be a coding expert or tech guru to figure this stuff out. So watch the rest of this video and I'll show you exactly how you can use it to free up your time and become more efficient.
So now that you made your Zapier account, one of the best things I would do is go around and look at some of the settings. This is the dashboard. This is going to be your overall area where your zaps are going to be. And these are your actual zaps you're going to use. There are different pricing plans. If you know you're just going to use Zapier for one main purpose, then you can use the free plan. It's going to get you about one zap and 100 tasks. And then you can always bump up from there as your business grows. If you're unsure if your software that you use connects with Zapier, I would always hit this explore button and then scroll down to see what you're using and if it connects. It'll have a bunch of default software here that is very popular, but you always want to just tap in and see if there's anything else. For example, let's say you have a PayPal account and you also have a ClickSend account and you want to send a text out when someone makes a payment. That can be done with using Zapier. Let's say you want to drag your Facebook custom audiences into System.io, another CRM. You have that option as well. And let's say you want to add Google Sheet information to a Notion account. Guess what? You can do that too. So this is going to allow you to get really creative on what type of automations you can make to streamline your process. So let's talk about one Zap that you can use. I have some ones that kind of fit my business. I have another automation software as well, but this works very well for me. I have an automation where if I record a Zoom call, that call data is taken from Zoom and automatically added into a Google Drive. So now when I record onboarding calls, I record coaching sessions, and I don't have to fumble around within Zoom to find that recording. I can just go to a folder titled Student Calls, take that link and give it to the client. It makes things a lot easier. And so this is why Zapier is an awesome tool. Another automation I have is payment notification. So when some payment is made, the entire Slack channel is notified. So now that means we have a new client. We make sure we specify the type of payment because we also sell certain things that don't need a notification. So now we can get them in onboarding and things make sense from there. Now, this is probably one of my favorites because it saves me so much time. Since we are an agency, when somebody makes a Stripe payment over a certain amount, they actually have a client success folder created in Google Drive. So in the onboarding process, our client pays, they get a text, they get an email, and during onboarding, we actually give them their client success folder after we have all our documents sent and signed up. We don't have to go inside Google Drive and recreate anything. We literally can just look up the folder, copy the link, and then once we get on onboarding, now they have it. So let's actually dissect this one a bit more. Now, the first action within your Zap is called a trigger. Your trigger is going to be followed up by certain actions. As you can see, we have a new payment in Stripe, and then we have something called a filter action. This means that you can set criteria for the next stage. So, for example, if someone makes a payment in Stripe and it exceeds a certain amount, which is the baseline of our services, then they get a client successful to made. Now, because we sell courses, we do consultations, we don't want a client successful to made with every single customer. That's going to be a headache. Only a certain type of customer gets that privilege. Only a certain amount of customers get that luxury. One thing you'll need for the majority of your Zaps is something called an API key. API keys can normally be found in your settings of whatever software you have, and that's going to be used to connect software to software. Some of them might just ask for your login information, But make sure that when you make your API key, you don't share it with anybody else. That means anybody could use your software and connect it to their software at any given time. So be smart about it. Okay, now we're into another Zap, and we're going to actually create this from start to finish. So our trigger is Instantly. Now, Instantly is a software that allows us to send cold emails out. And when somebody responds, we want to add them to our own CRM versus using Instantly. So when we do that, it's called a new event. And then here in the account, you always want to connect your account that you're using. So this is going to be the next stage of your zapping. Once you continue, you need to select the actual trigger. It's not enough that you made the event or selected the account. You have to put the appropriate trigger that makes sense. So for this one, we made sure our campaign was cold outreach, which they pulled the data specifically from Instantly. Make sure you test all of your zaps. The worst thing you can do is be relying on a zap that does not work. If you need to find new records because you don't have any data, you can click the Find New Records button and it'll dig through the API of the software to find new data you can use to test with. Once you test everything and it's okay, we're going to go ahead and continue with the record. Now, we use Lead Connector for this, but again, this could be your HubSpot, your Salesforce, whatever that may be. So again, this is called an action. So as we go to our app event, we make sure we connect our account and we select the add update contact. And then we make sure we add the data here. So first name, last name, the phone number. Now this lightning icon is data that's being pulled from Zap. So now we're just going to pull our data. First name, last name, phone number, email, things of that nature. Whatever we need to pull, we address it here. Tags, we put Instantly. So now we know why. For tags, we put Instantly. So that way we know why this person is in our CRM. We make sure we add the company name, and then whatever custom tags and data we need to collect, we'll add here. But to simplify, we'll just keep going. So we want to continue. We test the action again, and then it's done. So this is how you're going to be able to automate all pieces of your business. So the first step is going to be to, again, find the software you're using. See if it can connect to Zapier and find what needs to be done. The first step in automation is understanding the task you're doing and how to make it simple for yourself. So I hope this brief tutorial was able to help some people. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.